I'm going to teach you a really simple way that you can learn how to control the club face perfectly in your golf swing for dead straight shots. Great golf comes from being able to control the club face. We kind of all know that, right? If we are delivering an open club face or a closed club face, we're going to get erratic shots or we might just be inconsistent. So as golfers, we always need to work and develop the ability to return the golf club square or to point where we want the ball to go. That's how we play great golf. But what happens in every golf swing, and I always demonstrate this from a standing position, is if you take a look at that golf club, notice those grooves are vertical. As I make my backswing, the golf club is going to open by some amount. So you can see there that it's around about 90 degrees. And so as I start to deliver the golf club and make my downswing, I have to have the ability to square that club face, because if I do nothing with my hands and arms, I'm only ever going to deliver the club face open. That's one of the reasons why so many golfers slice the golf ball. The face opens in the backswing and they're not great at returning it. So when we kind of understand that is happening in every golf swing, your golf swing, my golf swing, then we can start to look at, well, what do we do to control the face? This is where the big eureka moment is going to come in this video, I believe. So let me take a setup. My golf club is pointing pretty much down the middle of that fairway. So as I stand up, what do I do to open and close the club face? Well, if I was to rotate my forearm away from me and towards the target, what is happening? The club face is opening, the club face is closing, okay? Now, is the golf club physically moving up or down or left or right? It's not. What I'm effectively doing is twisting the club shaft. And as I twist it, the face opens. As I twist it, the face closes. So rotation of my forearm is opening and closing that golf club. Sounds simple, sounds obvious. It's not, because what I haven't got there in that little demonstration is I haven't got any wrist set. So what happens in a backswing? Well, we actually add wrist set. So you can see I've got that 90-degree angle. That's my wrist set. That is where the issue lies. Because look what happens as I make half a backswing. I set my wrists, and now from this position, what happens when I rotate my forearm like I did previously? Well, when I rotated my forearm to my right, it opened the club face, but now it actually changes the angle of the golf club. And when I rotate my left arm to the left, which previously closed the club face, the club gets excessively steep. So adding that wrist set changed the complete game. Without wrist set, you can see that when I rotate my forearm, it only controls the club face. When I have no wrist set here, again, rotation controls the face, but as soon as I add that wrist set, that rotation changes the whole shape of my golf swing. So what happens in so many golf swings, this could well be happening in your golf swing, is as you make a backswing, subconsciously you feel that club face rotating open like it should, but on the way down, what do you do to square that club face? You use a rotation of the left arm. That does control the club face, but you swing way, way over the top. And we know that there's so many golfers doing that. But it's understanding that it was the forearms that probably deep down, subconsciously, you're believing that's the correct way to control the club face, when actually it changes the whole shape of the golf swing. So I've got a drill, which is brilliant. I love it. I've done this with so many golfers that has completely unlocked this skill. You use an alignment stick, dead easy to set up. Let's go through that now. I have got this into the ground. It's roughly at the same angle as my 6-iron, and it's just on the outside of the ball. If you're at a drive range, you can use a basket, flip it upside down, put the alignment stick in there, you can get pretty close to this. So what we're really looking at here is that we need to control the club face, we're saying that, but we need to do that in a way that it's not detrimental to the shape of your golf swing. That's the really key message. So if I took a setup, as I make a backswing, I might just have to manipulate my backswing a little bit just to miss that. But instinctively, you might want to do this. You can see how I'm rotating my forearm, which inside of me feels like I'm controlling the club face, but it's causing my golf club to go way over the top. Watch what would happen if I undid all of my wrist set first, there, and then twisted my arm. Well, now I'm controlling the club face, but it's not affecting the shape of my golf swing. So what we need to do in the downswing is we need to have a blend of rotation of the forearm, we need that, but as we are uncocking the wrists. This is how I'd love you to do this. Take a setup, I can see where my target is. I'm gonna make a sort of backswing, and my job is to say, can I deliver that club face closed to my target, and bring the golf club underneath that alignment stick. Now, what I'm doing is I'm starting to hold the rotation of my arm, and as my wrist starts to uncock, which sends the club downwards, now I can rotate my arm. So it's blending the uncocking of the wrist with the rotation of the arm. And if I do that in a perfectly blended way, I'll show you over a very short distance here, but I can make the ball go left because I controlled the club face, but I did it in such a way that I still had my perfect swing shape. I didn't have that over the top swing. In my opinion, and I haven't got any evidence to back this up, but in my opinion, the golfers who swing over the top are very often doing so because it's their instinctive way to try and bring the club face and point the club face back at the target. It sort of does that, but it really compromises the shape of your swing. So I love this little exercise because even though I hit a golf ball there, you don't need to. You can just go backswing, bring the club underneath and deliver the face closed. And I can see that club face being closed as I do that little rehearsal. And what I'm starting to feel is that I hold the rotation. As my wrist starts to uncock, then I can add the forearm rotation. Because as my wrist is uncocking and I add the rotation, it doesn't influence the shape of the golf swing. This is, in my opinion, one of the most powerful drills that you can do to work on swing shape, which is ultimately the path the club is taking, club face control, which is going to give you unbelievably consistent golf swings. And I absolutely think that golfers who are slicing it, who are coming over the top, who are steep, can really benefit from this simple drill. Start off at home, and then as you start to progress, there's no reason why you can't start to hit some little shots where you're working the club under, and then starting to hit some shots. That was a little heavy, but directionally was a lot better. So if you're over the top, you're steep, you're struggling to control the club face, that is the drill for you.